Howdy folks, this is Shaknar coming at you with my latest movie review. Last night I went and saw The Incredible Hulk, and I was a little nervous about going, but somebody told me that in order for them to make a new one so soon after they made an older one, it was going to have to be much better. This is their way of saying I'm sorry for the other one. Somebody else said that this is kind of like Batman Begins, how it restarted the whole Batman saga, so this is going to restart the whole Hulk saga. So I was okay, so I went into that a little nervous, and it was very good. I liked it a lot. It started off after the whole incident, so it didn't really show how the Hulk was created. It was showing how he was dealing with it. It just showed flashes of how he was created, and then it was him dealing with it, and obviously the army has to show up and screw everything up, and that's when he turns into the Hulk. Anytime the army's around, he turns into the Hulk. What does that tell you? The army ought to just keep their minds to themselves. And he discovers that one of the reason he's trying to get it out of him, and he doesn't want anybody to have any of his blood or anything, is because he thinks the army wants to turn it into a weapon. And then at some point, somehow, I'm not going to say anything to spoil it, somehow another creature is created. That was in the previews, so I don't think it's a spoiler, so I think I'm in the clear there. Another creature was created, and Banner chooses to become the Hulk again, so that he can try to stop this other guy and protect it. And through the whole movie, his girlfriend there is trying to convince him that he can control it, that he is in there, he is deep inside of it somewhere, but he doesn't want to control it, he just wants to get rid of it. He wants the Hulk to be gone. And at the end, you get the little hints that I think he can control it. So I think it's going to... I think this one is more apt to have a sequel than the other Hulk that came out in 2003, because it was much better. The fight scenes were awesome. I was told I had to go see this one because it had an even bigger battle scene than Iron Man, and yes, it did. The fighting was... It wasn't very long, but it didn't have to be long, because it was just awesome. Just these two giant monsters just going at it, and it was just fantastic. The animation looked more realistic on this one. The other Hulk, he was perfectly smooth, and he could jump across continents almost. It was kind of weak, but this one it's more... He also didn't get as big. In the old show, the guy turned into Lou Ferrigno, so he got bigger, but not the size of a building. So this one, again, he turned into about twice the size of the human form of Banner. So there were a lot of better things about it, and it was fun to watch. I came out of it feeling happy. It had a decent ending. It was in true Hulk fashion. I'll put it that way. The ending was in true Hulk fashion. So it's definitely on my list. I say go see it. Go see it in theaters, because you're gonna want to see it on the big screen to get the full effect of everything. And then also a little side note. At the end of Iron Man, there was just a little thing at the end of Iron Man that if you aren't familiar with Marvel Comics, you didn't pick it up. And I hope I'm not spoiling it. If you haven't seen Iron Man, or you don't want any spoilers at all, this isn't about the movie Hulk, this is about what I think is upcoming, then stop watching right now. That's my warning. Because what I'm saying now, it might be a spoiler at the end of Iron Man. Not really, though. So, use your own discretion. At the end of Iron Man, the guy that had been trying to get a hold of him, he had this big long title from where he's from, and you turn out that that's S.H.I.E.L.D., which anybody that knows Marvel Comics knows S.H.I.E.L.D. So this one, in Hulk, at the beginning it had something about Stark Enterprises, which Stark Enterprises is Tony Stark, who is Iron Man. And then in the movie, it had the little S.H.I.E.L.D. crest with the whole word spelled out. It didn't have the letter abbreviations. It just said, I don't remember what S.H.I.E.L.D. stands for at this point. So it had that, and that's what they were using to try and track the Hulk track Banner, I mean, through his internet sources and all such. So S.H.I.E.L.D. has started to become a presence in the last 2 Marvel movies. And at the very end of this one, there is a guest appearance by, and now this is, it doesn't spoil the movie, but it is a neat little thing, so if you don't want to know anything, turn it off now. This is your last warning. There is a little guest appearance by Tony Stark, who is trying to recruit the General. So at the end of Iron Man, S.H.I.E.L.D. steps in. At the end of this one, Iron Man steps in. I'm guessing on behalf of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, my guess is that at the end of any of these Marvel movies, there is going to be a little hint like these two, like those last 2 things, that is going to build to a bigger and to something good. Whether it's a S.H.I.E.L.D. movie, whether it's just another movie that I'm not really sure, but it looks like there's going to be a hint of something at the end of each of these movies, and I think that is going to be pretty awesome. It's going to turn into something fantastic, which means you have to go see Iron Man, you have to go see the Hulk, and you have to watch every Marvel movie coming out so you can see that. Also, a neat little side note, if you watched my summer picks, you will have noticed that I said something about a new Mummy movie that I hadn't seen anything about. This movie has a trailer for that new Mummy movie, and that one too just looks epic. Excuse me. So that has moved from a we'll probably see to a definitely have to see, because that one just looks fantastic. And this is the first preview I've seen for it. It really looks awesome. So, just a little side note, that was a little bonus going in to see that. So yeah, Hulk, I say go see it right now. If you haven't seen Iron Man yet, and it is still in theaters, some places it is, depending on when you watch this, I say go see Iron Man, then the Hulk, if possible, but if not, go see Hulk. Anyways, regardless of what you have seen in the past, go see Hulk. And yeah, so that's it. And this is Shocknar signing out. See y'all.